Hi guys, it's Nigel at Lock and Key Bank Estate Agents, and I hope you're all well. Why do we like vanilla? Well, we like vanilla because, yes, it's a bit boring, but you know what you're always going to taste. And I think this housing market, this property market is vanilla. And I think we are starting to understand how it's correcting itself and it's going back to seasonal norms. And it's really important this because we've had that sensationalism before from the press, and I've been an advocate of backing up the market, saying no, it's more resilient, and you've heard me say it on many times, but the market is. And what I'm noticing is that this season, as we come into spring now, ever since we've had the electric shock therapy from Truss and Quatang, which shuddered the markets to a halt, we've seen improvements week on week on week on. And these aren't flash in the pans either. We've checked these weeks and these numbers, and in some respects it's defying the expectations of the UK property market, and it's surging to new heights again. Sales are increasing, and when we're looking back before that mini budget, when it was September, some of the sales now we're making in March and April are better than 6 months ago. And that's encouraging, and that's something that you guys should know and want to know. What I'm also seeing is a steady increase in instructions. Well, it's spring and summer. If there's ever a time to sell a property, it's going to be now, isn't it? Because you're going to want the property to come out, the gardens are going to look better. It's still important though, guys, that you get your property priced correctly, you do all the odds and sods and the trimmings, and you neaten it up and you make it look attractive in the best, in the best way, because the buyers are still discerning. But we go back to vanilla again, and the reason why I mention that is, isn't it nice that we now know that where the market is? We now know there isn't going to be any rises or any drops. Buyers are more clued up. Sellers are more comfortable with their decisions as well in terms of their entry level. When we were coming into the early part of this year in January, over 52% week on week off, they were reducing their prices of stock. All the agent stock was being reduced by 52, 55, 56% every week. That's slowly creeping back down again because they're getting the pricing right. So I like this market. I think this is a brilliant market for us and for everybody else. I think, like I said, with the summer and the spring, I also think with this inflation issue still looming, I think the government have kicked that into the long grass for now. They're not going to get a handle on that. I don't even think when they chuck up the interest rate for another 0.25% or 0.5%, it will dampen people spending money, because a lot of people, well, they held their money back from COVID. They still want to go on holiday. They still want to take little Jack out for his birthday meal, and they still want to take their mum out for Mother's Day and father for Father's Day. None of that's, I don't see any of that changing. And yes, we've got people with increased cost of living. And of course, business have paid pay rises, and that will still continue. So I don't think we've heard the end of that, but it hasn't affected the housing market and the desire for people to still move. And people will move for death or divorce or debt, or they want to trade up or down, they've got a bigger family, or it's very transient and they're working, in different locations. They're always going to be the drivers for the housing market. So, the signs are okay. We've got a bit of caution, but for Melksham and the surrounding areas, we've had some, brilliant listings, and there's some more brilliant listings coming on. So I'm confident with that. So I think engaging, with the property market, there has to be an honesty with things. I think that once you can break down those barriers and people know where they stand, it makes the job so much easier for sellers, if they're on our books, to sell their property at the right price in the quickest time that they want, in a stressful way, because that's really important as well. But look, guys, I'm going to be dropping back in. I just wanted to give you a heads up of how things are now over the last few weeks and how encouraging those green shoots are. The first sight of the swallow isn't summer. We haven't quite got summer yet. It would be nice just to have a bit of better weather. That would be a nice start as well. But I wish you all well. I'll speak to you soon, and we'll give you some updates from there.